The ruins of a mysterious old civilization lie buried under the freezing continent of Antarctica, offering incredible discoveries that are beyond belief. Untangling the mystifying secrets of a lost civilization leads to incredible discoveries that push the limits of human knowledge. In the remotest corners of Antarctica, a long-lost civilization is found, revealing an ancient world shrouded in icy mysteries. One of the harshest regions of Earth is Antarctica. In addition, it is one of the least researched. Step pyramids' mystifying and magnificent architecture have made them the center of several mysteries, igniting a world of interest and speculative thought in the contemporary period. According to conventional history, each of these architectural marvels was created by a distinct civilization that existed hundreds of years apart from one another. However, because of how identical the architectural design is, many people think that they were constructed by fully prepared representatives of a sophisticated civilization, such as individuals from the 20th century. A structure of a pyramid in Antarctica supported this theory. Although once thought to be a pyramid, it turned out to just be the top of the iceberg. Compelling evidence, including precise coastline mapping and satellite images, point to the existence of an advanced ancient civilization in Antarctica. Imagine a scenario where the ruins of a highly developed civilization were concealed from the current world under the cold wastes of Antarctica. This long-forgotten culture has lately been discovered in a groundbreaking finding that is expected to upend our understanding of history due to its complex architecture and mystifying technology. In this breathtaking discovery in Antarctica, a team of archaeologists led by Dr. Emma Werner and Dr. Michael Scott Amundsen made an astonishing find, which has been hailed as one of the most important archaeological discoveries in history. Let's know more about this intriguing find. Antarctica civilization found. In a remote area of Antarctica, archaeologists have discovered the remnants of a large stone edifice as well as other artifacts that are thought to be 4,000 years old. The discovery, which was made in 1928, is being praised as one of the most significant archaeological discoveries of the century. It is the first indication of an ancient civilization on the frozen continent. A team headed by Wyoming State University geologist Scott Amundsen discovered the ruins of a stone structure that was nearly the size of Rome's old amphitheater while searching in the waning light of the day in the middle of February, shortly before Antarctica's first sunset of the year. One of my students stumbled over an inclined pentagonal block while we were hiking up near Doubleday Glacier, Amundsen recalls. The last geological excursion to the site, known as Doubleday, took place in the 1920s, and it has been retreating at a rate of 3 meters per year for the last century. Previous experts could have easily missed it, claims Amundsen. Long beyond the typical conclusion of the field season, the crew continued to work into March. Amundsen adds, "We live on show tunes and s'mores, and of course, the eagerness to see what the following day would bring." According to team member Harvey Sampson, whom last year used DNA analysis to show that Piltdown was not a huge hoax, but rather the skeleton of the murdered St. Nicholas, the last Russian Tsar, the researchers have so far discovered the foundations of a huge columned arrangement that may have stood as high as 30 meters. Science Now, April 1st, 1997. The arid climate of Antarctica has also preserved a variety of artifacts, including seal hide balls, peanut shells, poles that resemble baseball bats, and coins with images of penguins and an unidentified reptile. Sampson asserts, "I know they couldn't have been playing baseball back then, but even so, we sang the national song because we were so happy." He surmises that the location's namesake, Doubleday Stadium, must have made it a hitter's park due to the thin air above it. The object would have flown. Experts who believed that no one had ever stepped foot on Antarctica before the 1800s were astonished by the discovery. Archaeologist H.P. Lovelock of the University of Dallas in Fort Worth, who is renowned for his work in the Transantarctic Mountains, adds, "I just don't believe it." The finding is praised by other specialists. According to one scientific viewpoint, Antarctica previously had no ice and was the site of a prehistoric civilization. According to the crustal displacement idea, huge portions of Antarctica were ice-free 12,000 years ago, making it possible for humans to have lived there. A culture may have existed in prehistory before the continent was frozen during the last ice age, according to theory. The mythological city of Atlantis, which was originally described by the Greek philosopher Plato in 360 BC, was supposedly constructed by people who were half god and half human. There has been much speculation over the location of the fabled long-lost city, with some suggesting that it may have been close to the Greek island of Santorini. The ancient Piri Reis map, which was created in 1513 using military information, is said to have confirmed the existence of Antarctica's hidden metropolis. Despite the fact that it purports to depict the Antarctica coast hundreds of years before it was found, many academics at the time rejected it. Controversy over potential human settlement in Antarctica. NASA images seem to show signs of a human civilization hidden under the ice. Antarctica is uninhabitable for people due to the severe weather, sub-freezing temperatures, and desolate terrain. The ice-covered continent, which makes up 90% of the ice on Earth, is nearly 1.5 times the size of the United States and is entirely covered in ice. Despite this, researchers persisted and found bizarre natural phenomena, fantastic species, blood-red waterfalls, and ancient fossils. They've even been able to find a world under the ice, complete with an enormous mountain range hiding below and salty subsurface lakes. Online sleuths speculate that the images, which were captured using remote sensing photography for NASA's Operation Icebridge expedition to Antarctica, depict a metropolis. An apparent pyramid was also seen in Google Earth's photographs, with supporters stating it is evidence that people formerly resided in the region and erected a man-made building there. The intriguing finding comes just after researchers suggested that the sun's going blank may spark another mini ice age on Earth. In the year 2016, when a strange video reportedly showing the long-lost city of Atlantis surfaced, a deep sensation of amazement and excitement raced throughout the globe, kindling an insatiable search for what's real among those attracted by the secrets of the ancient land. It was a movie purportedly left behind by a California TV team who had been missing since 2002 and seemed to reveal enormous ancient ruins buried in the ice. But modern-day research isn't the only thing that evokes outrageous allegations. The Nazis declared a region of Antarctica to be German territory and sent an expedition there. After that, they explored the region and found a network of rivers and caverns, one of which led to a large geothermal lake. There was allegedly a city-sized outpost dubbed Base 22 or New Berlin that housed both Nazis and members of the Illuminati. The claim that the Germans found extraterrestrial technology that had been abandoned or communicated with aliens and utilized it to create superweapons, however, makes things stranger, and other individuals believe that the rumored base is still there and that the Illuminati, Germans, and aliens are conspiring to establish a new world order from it. Whatever creature may be living in the base will need to stay warm, since one unfortunate explorer in the Antarctic revealed this week that he had polar penis, a painful-sounding ailment. Dark secrets of the frozen world. Some unsettling hints that point to an evil aspect of the prehistoric culture have been found as the investigation into the vanished civilization progresses. One of the world's biggest subglacial lakes, Lake Vostok, is located deep within the Antarctic ice sheet. For millions of years, the outer world has been cut off from it. Researchers think that learning more about the lake's distinctive ecology might help them understand extreme forms of life and the possibility of alien life. However, it is very difficult to dig into the lake without polluting it. With water temperatures as low as -2.2 degrees Celsius or 28 degrees Fahrenheit, animals that live deep under ice shelves must be acclimated to severe cold, according to Griffiths. Like deep marine organisms, they would also need to be able to adapt to little food. These creatures are located hundreds of kilometers away from the closest source of fresh phytoplankton and daylight. The wind blows often. It snows, it thaws sometimes, water increases when it freezes, and ice that is over water may break, creating strange designs. Antarctica is a large, mostly frozen region. Although Google Maps and similar services don't provide real-time photos, they sometimes get updates without warning, indicating changes that really took place years ago. Additionally, there are activities taken on in Antarctica that get little media attention, and sometimes individuals are too lazy to inquire about them. One of the harshest locations on Earth, according to Griffiths, is Antarctica. Nearly 10 1,000 species have names, but every time we go somewhere, 10 to 20% of the species we encounter are brand new to science. As many as 10,000 other species might yet be undiscovered. Antarctic fungi. In Antarctica, a variety of microbes and extremophiles have been identified, including an indigenous form of fungus. These Antarctic mushrooms survive in the frigid circumstances by feeding on the centuries-old wooden cabins that the early explorers left behind. Despite the fact that fungi generally grow in warm, forested areas. The consumption of petroleum seeping from the gasoline canisters left behind by explorers by another form of fungus have been seen. To determine if the fungus may be utilized to clean up bigger oil spills globally, researchers are investigating these interesting animals. Most people are only vaguely aware of the diverse species and variety of Antarctica, beyond the penguins and seals that may be seen on the surface. However, more than 90% of Antarctic species are located on the ocean bottom, and more than half of them have never been seen before. Because of this, Antarctica is a unique and significant biodiversity hotspot that needs our assistance to be healthy and capable of supporting such a wealth of species. One of the most significant events in human history is the discovery of a long-lost civilization in Antarctica. Our view of the history of the continent is challenged by the artifacts and buildings discovered in Antarctica, which also provide light on the prehistoric civilizations that once flourished in this distant region of the globe.